Okay, class, we've got to learn to factor third powers today. Got the cubes. So we've got sum and difference of cubes. So you're allowed to do it with plus signs and minus signs. There's a huge formula right here. A cubed plus B cubed, sum of cubes. This is your formula. So get this written down, get it memorized. You got a whole lot of A's and you got a whole lot of B's. All right, sum and difference of cubes. Here's your first formula. A plus B, A squared minus AB plus B squared. Okay, we've got this. Let's do an example. This is first one. How about we do, let's do x cubed plus, whoa, sorry about that, 64. All right, so you got to get good at recognizing your third powers. So sum of cubes, you've got plus sign, that's sum. Can you build third powers? Like, all right, what letter makes x cubed? Oh, that's easy, that's x. But cube root is 64. What number cubed is 64? Oh, that's a 4. 4 to the third, 64. So this x right here is going to be your a in the formula. The 4 is going to be your b. So your formula is a, what do we got here, plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. So there's our formula. Everywhere you've got an a, you plug in what a is equal to. It's an x. So we're going to plug in an x, and an x. So in place of each a in the formula, we're sticking in an x. In place of each b, we're plugging in a 4. So here's a b, here's a 4. Here's a b, here's a 4. Here's a b, there's a 4. All right, we've got this formula, we've got the numbers, we've got the letters, everything in place. This is kind of a rough draft. One more step ought to clean it up. Let's go. So let's make this x plus 4, x squared, minus 4x plus 16. So this right here is what you need. So get the formula correct, get them plugged in correctly in the right places, clean up the mess, and you've got this. Sum of cubes. All right, let's do a difference of cubes. Okay, difference of cubes, that was number 2, so this is 3. A to the third minus b to the third. Okay, a to the third minus b to the third. Formula looks like this. A minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. All right, so when this is a minus, that's a minus. So minus here, plus, plus. This is kind of how I remember it. It's like these two are always the same. These two are always different. And you always end on a positive note. So you got two formulas, one for sum of cubes, one for difference of cubes. The a's and b's all lay out the same. The only thing that changes are those two signs, because it always ends on a positive note. All right, let's do one real quick. 1, 2, 3, number 4. How about we do a w squared minus, let's do another third power, maybe you don't recognize, 216. All right, let's build our cubes. Of course, this is going to be w, no stress there. What number to the third power gives me 216? What's the cube root of 216? You're like, oh, I got this. It's 6. So here's our a, there's our b, and here is our formula. A minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. So everywhere that we have an a, we're going to plug in w. So we plug in w, w, w. So in place of all 3 a's, you're plugging in all 3 w's. In place of all 3 b's, we're plugging in a 6 each time. So here's a 6, here's a 6, there's a 6. Kind of messy right through here. One last step to clean this up, clean that up, make it look good. So here we go, w minus 6, w squared plus 6w plus 36. And what we have here is a difference of cubes. Okay, there's 4 examples in the books. Let's do 2 more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say we have 8x cubed plus, what are we going to do? Oh, 343. All right, so we're going to rewrite both of these. Now, 8 we probably know. Cube root of 8 is 2. 2 to the third power, 8. So 2, don't forget your x. So here's my first key to victory. We might not know 343. So 343, it's a cube. Cube root of 343, ding, 7. So 7 to the third gives me the 343. So again, here's my a, there's my b. It's a plus, it's a sum of cubes. So let's get it, a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. So we've got sum, we've got the plus sign. Remember, these 2 signs are always the same. These 2 signs are always different. You always end on a positive note. Okay, everywhere you've got an a, we're going to plug in a 2x, 2x, 2x. So here's 2x here. Ooh, it's squared. Be careful. You've got to square the 2 and the x. Don't mess that up. And then there's your other 2x. Here's an a, here's a 2x. Here's an a, here's a 2x. Here's an a, here's a 2x. Everywhere we've got a b, we're plugging in a 7. So here's a b, there's 7. Here's a b, there's 7. Here's a b, there's 7. All right, kind of the rough draft mode. You got to clean this up. Want to make that a 14x, want to get a 49 on the end. Let's get it. 2x plus 7. They're both squared, the 2 and the x, so that becomes 4x squared minus 14x plus 49. So now you've got it all cleaned up. It is looking good. All right, so I'm thinking one more to kind of get the overall effect. Finish off strong. All right, let's do a last one here. 1, 2, 3, 5, number 6, 108. So 108x to the third power. That was a sum. Let's do a minus 500. Now you're looking at this. We're going to make this a double factor. Yeah, we are. I'm going to double factor this. They divide by 2, divide by 4. I'm taking a 4 out. So we're going to factor it one time by just dividing by 4. So you take 108 divided by 4, that's 27. 500 divided by 4, that's 125. And wouldn't you know it, 27 and 125, both are cubes. Both are perfect cubes. Let's go. 27, 125. So what number to the third power gives me 27? Cube root of 27? That's going to be a 3. Here's your x. And you're like, oh, 125, of course that's a 5. So now we're going to use 3x, and we're going to use 5 as our a and our b, and we drop them into our formula. Okay, minus sign. It's a difference. So let's go. A minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. So we've got the formula matched up. It's a difference. It's a minus sign. These 2 are always the same. These 2 are always different, and you always end on a positive note. Let's plug in a 3x in place of each a. Oh, be careful. You got to square them both. So here's an a, here's a 3x. Here's an a, here's a 3x. Here's an a, here's a 3x. Your a, 3x plugged in. This time b is equal to 5. So here's a b, here's a 5. b, 5, b, 5. So pretty good. They're all plugged into the right places. Now you just got to clean everything up. Clean this up, clean this up, clean this up. We've got 3x minus 5. This is 9x squared. What is that? 3 times 5, 15x plus 25. All right, guys, we are close to being done. But remember, we double factored this. Nobody gets left behind in math class. Come back and you're like, oh yes, that 4. He's got to be part of my final answer. So we grab the 4, we get him out in front, we put a big box around it, and we say sum and difference of cubes. We got this. Factoring, double factoring, sum and difference of cubes, you got it.